Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big Swole in the house. Hell yeah. Back for more nukes of knowledge. Wise man, Dale. Wise man. Senor Denise. Let's get this one. There we go. I'm on deck. On deck. Papa Swole, you're about to go live. Beach is on. It's the Swole Hour with your boy Papa Swolio in the casa. Welcome to the Swole Show. I'm your host, Papa Swolio, so kick back, relax, pour that second glass of wine, and we are going to get yoked like it ain't no joke. That's right, fam. Oh, 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 oh. About to get litty with it. Pew, 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 pow. Wow, 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 wow. Trippy as fuck with those beats, yo. Bow, bow, chicka, wow, chicka, bam, chicka, bam, bam, chicka, bam, chicka, bam, bam, bam. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, guess what? Oh, yeah, you know? If you don't know, well, now you know. Yeah. Sick fucking gains, yeah. Sick gains. Oh, let's get the Swole Show on the road. Pow, pow. Ejercicio sin bullshit.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Welcome to the Swole. Oh, testing. Test, test, test. Testing, testing, testing. Test, test, test. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, test ickles. A testing, test ickles. A test ickles. A test ickles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 913 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, slaycast, and taintcast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What is going on? Beaches from the Eashes? I was going to say beach, beach from the east. I don't know. It didn't come out right. But welcome everyone to episode 914 of the Sleaze. How we doing, fam? What's the good word? Drop it in the comments. What are you doing today? Did you pump today? Did you pump? And be honest with me. Be honest with me. Doth thou pump? Doth thou pumpeth today? Did you get your pump on? Did you? Did you? Don't lie to me. Don't fucking lie to me. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Thank you for joining me live. Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, wherever you are catching the gains. Remember, if you want to subscribe to the gains, subscribe to the gain train. I'm going to tell you right now how to do it. You go to swolenormousx.com and you click on podcast and you can subscribe on the app. Whatever app you want. Whatever app you want. I don't care. I don't care where you listen to me. As long as you're listening, it's all good. It's all good. Just listen. Follow the gains. Follow the gains. Learning, living, breathing. Today we're talking about focused workouts. We're kind of doing the split conversation again. Total body, partial body, all those different things. We're going to talk a little bit program design-ish. And those of you that are in, I got a couple announcements to make. Those of you that are in Swolenormous X already, those of you that are loving in our accountability meeting today, those of you that were there, we had a lot of comments about the virtual trainer. So I laid down a new virtual trainer today for those of you that are Swolenormous X members. It was a total body workout. And last couple workouts, I've just been doing total body, a little bit of a deloading period. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about it because it's not something I normally do. And you're going to, you hear, in the fitness realm, okay, well, total body workouts are better or they're equal. I want to bust some myths on that one just from, dabbling in them again, just to discuss them a little bit more. And there's nothing wrong with total body workouts as well as there's nothing wrong with segmenting. I just want to clarify a couple of things and just remind all of you how you train and what your goals are. That's the real shit. That's the nips and the tits of what you need to be paying attention to, not what fucking study came out or not what some jabroni on YouTube is telling you. You need to pay attention to what fucking works and what people have been doing for decades. So I do want to clarify a couple things and have that discussion. Now, for the record, and most of you know this, I'm not a fan of those huge, and to quote Donald Trump, huge. I'm not a fan of the huge pump. The huge splits. I'm a fan of the pumps, but not the huge split. Okay? The huge. Now, I'm not a fan of those big splits like chest on one day. Chest on Monday. Today's Monday, International Chest Day. I'm not a fan of chest on Monday, like just chest and then back and then shoulders. And I certainly am not a fan of just doing biceps on a fucking day or triceps. I'm not one of those jabronis that just goes to the gym on a Friday night and just does some curls before they go out to the club. Not that bullshit. All right. That's a real gangster split that just is not necessary. Not necessary. So first off, let's get a little bit of a survey. Let me get an idea of who's joining live, what the audience is. What do you do for your splits? What do you do for what are you doing right now? Are you doing total body? Are you doing splits? And give me a little background. Just drop in the comments right now. If you're doing total body, are you doing, 3 times a week, or what your split is? Just put in the comments, and it's going to scroll through pretty fast because usually when you type it in, it's going to kind of be a big chunk, but I want to get an idea of what your splits are. And we're going to talk about that. One of the things that I don't like about a total body workout is the fundamental premise of a total body workout. You can't get a lot of volume for each body part unless you're there for 3 fucking hours. And don't tell me that you can, because you really can't. You can't get that much volume. And hypertrophy is really born and bred with volume, with overload. So the argument and the conversation, I should say, it's not really an argument because it depends on how many days a week you can go to the gym. It depends on your goals. It depends on a bunch of things. So the idea is, if you have more shots in the, more shots in the barrel, if you have more, I guess, what the fuck am my brain just completely stopped working when I was like starting that sentence. If you're going to the gym more frequently, okay, and you're doing the same body part. For example, if you only have 3 days a week to train and you're going to do total body workouts, that could be an option for you, because that volume that you're not getting on an individual workout, because you can only do so many sets per each body part, right? Unless you're going to be there all day. If you're only going to get so much volume and your volume is capped with a full body workout, the balance point is more frequency. So because you're doing each body part 3 days a week, you don't need to do as much volume in each workout. So that's literally what has to happen. You can't do more. If you increase frequency and you increase volume, you are going to fucking destroy yourself. You're going to destroy yourself. You cannot increase volume and frequency. You can't. You cannot. Temporarily, maybe like for a couple of weeks. It depends, and your body's going to give out. You can't increase, I'm going to do biceps, I'm going to do everything twice a week, and you increase how much you're going to fuck yourself up. You're going to get tendonitis, you're going to hurt yourself, you're not going to recover, you're going to overtrain. Big time, big time. So if you're doing full body, like I said, there's nothing wrong with full body. You're just not going to be doing 10 sets for shoulders. You're not going to be doing 10, 12 sets for chest. You're not going to. You're not going to. Because if you're doing 12 sets for chest, let's say you're doing chest and back, you might do 12, 15, 16, 20 sets, depending on what your workout is, your experience, and so forth. If you're doing 12 sets for chest and then 12 sets for back, 12 sets or let's say 6 sets for shoulders, 6 for biceps, 6 for triceps, 12 sets for get the fuck out of here. You're in there for 60 sets. You're in there all day. You're going to be gassed at the end. You're going to hit a wall. I don't like long workouts. I like focusing my shit because I like tunnel vision, going in, crushing a couple things, and then leaving. I like going to the gym. I like going more frequently. I don't really want to go 3 days a week and do everything. And it's a psychological component too, because I don't want to go into the gym and mentally have to fire myself up for each thing. And I want to explain something that's very important. And again, it depends on your personality. It depends on your goals. It depends on your experience, how many days a week you can train, right? What your goal, all those things. It depends on what is best for you. I'm just giving you some insight from someone who's been doing different types of splits his entire career. And I've been very, very successful with it. Of course, I put a huge focus on yoga, mobility, and active recovery, which cannot be understated. But to do full body workouts all the time in terms of I'm trying to get bigger, I'm trying to get build mass, I'm trying to build muscle, you're going to hit a limit. You're going to hit a limit because you can only do so much. It's not about strength. We're talking about volume. We're talking about hyperplasia. We're trying to fucking flood the muscles full of blood. We're trying to get that pump. We're overloading with volume sets. Okay. Now, last couple workouts, like I've said, I've done full body because I had a different schedule shift. I wasn't able to go to the gym for a couple days. So I was like, you know what? Let me do a full body today. I'll come back. I'll do a full body. I'll record a couple workouts. I'll add some content and, we'll talk about it because it's great. I don't mind doing full body. I don't mind it, but I use it as a strategy. I use it as a way to, deload, to get a workout in, but kind of give my body a break. I don't think you should be doing splits and crushing your body endlessly. It's important to back off a little bit and then enter back in again. You got to give your body some reprieve, right? Give your body some more, like a little bit more recovery, right? You back off on the volume a little bit, allows the joints, allows the muscles to repair more, but you're still keeping the juice flowing, keeping the engine running, and then you come back and you go back to your normal routine or you switch up your split or something. But I'm in the gym today for like 2 hours, and one of the problems is I start with legs. So here's my workout today. I did squats, I did barbell RDLs, and then I went to incline bench, dumbbells. I did prone dumbbell rows, and then I did side raise. I did dumbbell curls. I did Papa Swole presses, which the body weight tricep extensions. For those of you that are not in Swole Enormous X, I call them Papa Swole presses. I didn't invent them. I just like the way I do them, so I call them Papa Swole presses. Why not? If you can name something after yourself, fucking do it. Just do it. Just name it after. Who cares, right? It's Papa Swole presses. That's the way it is. Anyway, that being said, it takes fucking forever. And then I want to do calves, and it's like, Jesus Christ, how long am I going to be at the gym? So when it gets towards the end, I like to focus my training. And the reason why, I'm a big fan of supersets. I'm a big fan of things like, for example, right? Someone said push pull. I'm a big fan. You guys know I've been talking a lot about chest and back. I love chest and back. I love it. And the reason why I like going back and forth, and it doesn't mean like I'm just running around, no rest. I'm doing a heavy set for chest, catch a breather for 30 seconds or a minute, go over, do a heavy set for back, catch a breather, 30 seconds or a minute, go back to chest. I like that because I can get my intensity on fucking level 11 and crush both. And both of those major muscle groups get that energy, get that attention, get that fucking fire. After crushing chest and back, the last thing I want to do is start paying attention and go into maybe hardcore arm training or something like that. The last thing I want to do is go into squats. And, these muscles, they need attention. They need focus. So whatever you're doing at the end of your workout is going to get shafted. At the end, after, let's say, an hour and a half of training, the last thing I want to do is get fucking amped up for shoulders, get amped up for biceps. And the last thing I want to do is neglect and not be amped up and not train those areas hard. So when you're doing a full body workout, it's like, shit, at the end of the workout, I don't want to do a lot of sets. I want to get out of there. And if my brain is already thinking, I want to get the fuck out of here, it's going to affect my training. And just doing total body once or twice, or a little bit like a deloading week where I do it 3 times 1 week, that's okay. Okay? That's okay because I'm getting a feel for it. I'm using it for a purpose. It's a tool, right? Remember we talk about when you have these different options, they're just tools in your toolbox. You don't have to do them all the time, but they're used properly. That's what program design is. So I'm using these total body workouts and this strategy in place of a deloading week, in place of, having limited time in the gym in this instance for this past week. That being said, I like to focus. I like to go in, and I don't mind doing upper body or push pull like that. I love doing chest and back. I love doing legs and focusing on legs. I love focusing on legs. I love just fucking doing legs. I don't like doing total body push and pull. I don't like doing squats and bench press. Like, you can do those things and there's nothing wrong with it. You can mix it up, and sometimes I do that. But whatever it is, I like focusing on 1, 2, maybe 3 body parts. If it's chest and back, if it's chest, shoulders and back, if it's upper body, you're doing chest. If you're crushing chest and back and you're throwing in arms too, and you're doing like a just upper body day, you're going hard chest and back, you're going to be crushing your arms too. That's very easy just to kind of finish them off towards the end. My point is, if you're trying to make gains long term, you really need that volume. I don't see doing total body workouts really being effective, especially from an aesthetic and a bodybuilding point of view. I'm not talking about, if you do total body, you're going to grow your core lifts. Okay, who gives a fuck if your bench increases? I know that when you're a natural lifter, that strength is related to maintaining muscle mass. Okay, fine. Thank you, science. I appreciate it. However, bodybuilders don't do total body workouts to get a physique, to build aesthetics. You just don't get the volume. You just literally don't. Plus, I don't give a fuck about my bench press. I don't care if I'm getting stronger. I don't care if I have a 315 bench. I don't. And I don't give a fuck. That's such an ego lift. It's ridiculous. I don't care how much I squat. I don't care if it's 315 or 405. I don't care. I'm not super strong. I'm plenty strong enough. I don't have to keep on getting fucking stronger. I don't have to be deadlifting 600 pounds. I don't have, it's not necessary. Anyone that just keeps on doing that is not focused on longevity. They just simply aren't. They're not focused on doing it for the long term. They're focused on strength. And once you start measuring dicks with yourself or with other people, men and women can measure dicks in the gym too. It's crazy. I seen it. If you start measuring dicks and you get ego lifting, even with yourself, you're going to have problems at some point. You're going to overtrain. You're going to do something you shouldn't. You're going to try to hit a number because that's next on your list. And you're going to train with the wrong intention, and it's going to cost you. And I'm just trying to open your mind to that cost. And that cost is going to be a fucking injury that can hammer you for the rest of your life and really inhibit your functionality and your way of living inside and outside of the gym. And you don't want that to happen if you can avoid it. What do I think about Larry Wheels? What, that juiced up dude? That juiced up black guy that lifts a ton of weight? He's juicing out of his fucking mind. What do I think about him? I don't know. He gets a lot of followers because it's impressive. He's strong as shit. He's also saucing out of his fucking, he's just fucking taking tons of shit. I don't know what you mean. Like, what do I think about it? That's what I think. I mean, that's what I know. That's a fact. I mean, he's strong. There are strong people in this world. There are some strong fucking people. There are strong people naturally. There are strong people that take sauce. It doesn't mean it's not impressive, but also doesn't mean that he's going to be walking without a cane in 20 years. You see Ronnie Coleman, that guy's fucking jacked up. He can barely walk. They don't even know if he can walk again. He's had so many surgeries from lifting so heavy. It just destroys your body. It destroys your cartilage. It fucks you up. It fucks you up, especially when you take that much. And that's not to take any credit. I mean, he trains hard. He does all that stuff, and that's his life, and it's his choice. It's his body. But what do I think about it? I mean, I think it's stupid for most people, but most people train. That's the thing. Most people don't take steroids, and they look at that kind of stuff, and they train with that mentality, and like, oh, I'm going to get bigger and stronger. It's like, well, you're not recovering as fast as these guys that are taking a couple grams of test a week. You have to think long term. You have to think logically, and most people don't understand anabolic usage. He's honest about using, as if he fucking has to be. It's blatantly obvious. He doesn't have to admit it. You just look at the guy. Oh, okay. There are so many people online that are taking either SARMs or anabolics that, one, don't have to admit it because it's obvious. But a lot of people really think that you can get and look like that and get that strong naturally. Oh, well, lots of years of hard work. Sure. Yeah, keep thinking that. Keep thinking that. Keep blowing smoke up your own ass. Doesn't happen. I freaking hate ego lifting and people comparing numbers all the time. Yeah, that's what CrossFit does. Always like PRs and records and shit like that. And there's nothing wrong with competing with yourself, but it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. I've said it many times. A lot of people are doing things and executing workouts and programs that aren't in line with what they want to do. Most people, let's be honest, most people want to look a certain way. Most people want to look better. Most people want to look better naked. Most people want to have abs. They don't care. Like, how many of you fucking care more about your performance than your looks? I mean, don't bullshit me. No one, very, very few people are actually lifting because they want to be stronger. So what? Who gives a shit? It's like, oh, I have a nicer car than you. I don't give a fuck. Oh, you can bench 400? Oh, wow. I'll pat you on the back. Big fucking deal. Big fucking deal. You all want to look better. That's the number one. People don't do CrossFit because they want to perform. I want to be an all-around athlete. You want to look better. However, that's not what you do to look better. And that's where like that kind of mental shift. People do crazy fucking hardcore intensity workouts, and that's not going to get you looking a certain way. You might get stronger and faster. You might perform better, but most people want to look a certain way, and that's bodybuilding. That's bodybuilding. It doesn't mean you're juicing out of your mind, but it means developing the body. That's what I love. I love bodybuilding. I love amateur bodybuilding. I love people that are focused on completely balancing out their body with yoga, with meditation, mentally, physically, and lifting. Lifting, yoga, meditation, nutrition, done. Like, who are you trying to perform? Who are you trying to perform better for? Like, who cares? Who cares about your performance? Who cares? Like, are you a fucking athlete? Performance. For what? For what? If you're not an athlete and you're not competing, what are you measuring these things for? It's important to have goals, but you have to be honest with yourself, really. Most people pretend these goals, like, I want to get stronger, I want to increase our bench. You want to increase your bench because you want a bigger chest. Don't fucking lie to me. You can't fool me. Most people want to improve their squat so they look bigger, and they associate more weight with bigger, and that's not how the body works. That's why we're talking right now about volume of training. When you're going super fucking heavy, you're not doing a ton of volume. Hypertrophy is moderate reps, 6, 8, 10, 12 or so to failure, sometimes drop sets and supersets, but volume, number of sets, number of reps over the course of, focused on specific body parts. You need to overload the muscles. So as long as you're associating and you're training a specific way for the goal that you want, I have nothing wrong with, if you want to get stronger, it's your life. Just don't try to trick yourself. Don't lie to yourself and say you want to get stronger because I want a new PR. You want fucking bigger titties. You want bigger shoulders. I don't know any dude that we'll talk about guys specifically. I don't know any guys that go into the gym and like, well, I want to curl more weight because I'm trying to increase my strength. You want to curl more weight so you have bigger fucking arms. So it's not so much about the weight that you should be focused on. You should be focusing on what you need to be doing that's going to give you more hypertrophy. Fuck the strength. That's a component, but it's not the only component. And most people really get lost in, more means more, right? More weight means bigger. Yes and no. Yes and no. It's not all about strength. That's why bodybuilders aren't as strong as most power lifters. That's why. Because strength and hypertrophy kind of diverge. They cross over. It's like a Venn diagram, but there's a lot of what strength has in its section that isn't related to bigger muscles, cross-sectional area of muscles. It has to do with motor unit recruitment and synchronization and getting all these fibers to, to work, together. So you have all the muscle fibers, the myofibers and everything firing together in order to produce a bigger force, internal force to overcome the external resistance. You lift more weight, blah, blah, blah. But lifting weight, you see these power lifters, fucking big guts, they're fat, they're not in great shape, they're strong. Okay, great. They have a passion for powerlifting. Okay. Everyone likes something. Some people like fucking building chairs. Some people like tables. Some people like to paint. Some people like to lift things heavy one time. Okay. Some people like to bodybuild. Just don't trick yourself and start doing shit that doesn't get you that result. That's what's going on in the fitness industry. Most people don't understand exercise physiology and they don't have the actual personal experience. So when we have these discussions about, should I do a split? Should I do a full body? A lot of people don't even, they don't understand because they don't do it. They're looking from the outside and they're asking, which is better? But I read this and so said that. Are you in the gym doing it? Have you felt what it's like? Have you felt the exhaustion? Have you felt the psychological, there's a lot more to it than just, this study shows. Studies are short term. They focus on a couple things and it doesn't mean that that's the answer. It's not something that no bodybuilder only does 4, 5, or 6 sets for a body part. No one fucking does. You know why? Because it's not enough overload to build mass and maximum mass. Some people like Tess Holiday. Yeah. Some people like, save the whales. People have been trying to save the whales for years. They're still going. Benjamin Hick, I get frustrated because I don't advance to heavier weights often, even though I work to failure. Okay, well, what's your goal? What are your results showing you? Remember, when you're trying to bulk up and get stronger, nutrition's super important. There's a lot of factors. That's why, again, just because we have social media and you have in your face a lot of people that get results, that have results, it doesn't mean that it's fucking easy. There are so many factors that need to be aligned to build muscle. Sleep, stress management, food, hydration, consistency, progressive training, knowing what you're doing, your alignment, like everything. And you have to be fucking consistent. You can't be getting hurt and stopping and quitting. You have to be relentlessly consistent, like obsessive about getting in your food, obsessive about going to the gym. Number one priority. Fuck your kids, fuck your job, fuck everything, your school. Oh, but I got school, I'm busy. Gym comes first. You want results like that? It comes first. Number one. You get up at 4 o'clock, you get up at 5 o'clock, you go to the gym at 10 o'clock. You don't skip workouts. You don't skip your training. You don't skip your meals. You don't, I don't really have time to cook. I'll just eat out tomorrow. I'll just fast. No, you don't fucking intermittent fast to build muscle. No one intermittent fasts and gets yoked. Fucking no one. That's the stupidest thing to do. And you hear all these jabronis on YouTube and Instagram, well, intermittent fasting. Yeah, you'll lose weight. You might lose some body fat and get a little bit leaner. You know why? Because you're not eating. If you want to bulk and you want to build muscle, you got to eat food. And not eating is the opposite of what you want to do to bulk up. It's just hard. It's hard. But that's why people aren't getting results. That's why you don't see everyone walking around with great results, because you have to have all those things in alignment, and then genetics and other factors come into play. Some people can do it, it would seem, more easily than others, but doesn't mean they don't put in the work. So, yeah, 300 2 times is not as good as 150 8 to 12 times. That's right. For hypertrophy, it's not. And it doesn't mean that strength isn't important. You can still do low reps. You can still go and do heavier sets and progress. But I'm talking about overall programming. You know, your body's going to adapt to what you do most often. So if you're often and you're most often doing your hypertrophy training and your volume, you can still pyramid down and, you know, have heavier weeks where you focus on 3, 4, 5 reps, you go super heavy, and then you back off, like you deload and you go higher repetitions, more volume, 8, 12, 15 repetitions the next couple of weeks. Like you can do that still, but overall you're getting volume on your muscles. That's the overall adaptation. So you have acute variables and you have chronic variables, those chronic adaptations. You have the things that you do on an individual workout, but then, okay, what overall over the course of 3, 4, 5 months, what are you doing? Volume training, you know, moderate repetitions, you know, you're segmenting body parts. Okay, you're going to get hypertrophy if you're doing everything else, sleeping, eating, drinking, all that stuff properly. That's just your adaptation. So whatever you choose in these acute variables, in these small little individual days and workouts, over the long term, that's what the result is going to be. Mic drop? Should I drop them? I'm not going to drop this mic. It's too expensive. I want to drop it though. I'll drop the mic. What can I drop? I'll drop a Sharpie. That like landed literally an inch from the head of my dick. That would have been really awkward. All right. Tried something new. Sharpie pen drop right on the nutsack. That would have been bad. I get to the gym around 5, 5:30, make it work. 4 a.m., right? 4:30 a.m. Yeah, but you're getting it done. You getting it done, man. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the episode. I don't think I mentioned about the new masterclass this week. I said I had stuff going on, and then I forgot to tell you that. Everyone, the link is in the description here on Facebook, and I also, it's available. I mean, I didn't put it in my bio on Instagram. Live masterclass Saturday. So those of you that are already Swolenormous X members, this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. This Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Fix Your Food live masterclass. So we're going to talk about, oh God, everything. Nutrient timing. We'll talk about fasting. We'll talk about ketosis, vegan. We'll talk about paleo. We'll talk about the different styles of eating. We'll talk about food elimination. We'll talk about eliminating single foods, doing full clean sweep elimination. We'll talk about some of the byproducts of why or what happens when you're eating inflammatory foods, what to look for. And we'll talk about some recipes, some different strategies that I do. Anyway, this Saturday, 2 p.m., Fix Your Food live masterclass. So I wanted to remind all of you, that you can get your 7-day free trial and you can hook into that and you'll be in for this weekend. So last week was the glute masterclass, which was awesome. And we're actually going to have to probably do another one and go deeper into all that content because it was just jam-packed with information. And of course, as always, I get excited. We do a lot of Q&A, very interactive, so it went long. But this weekend is going to be awesome. I want to give some people an opportunity that might not be able to make it during the week and at night. I get it. But if you check out the site, you can go to swolenormousx.com and you can take the tour and check it out and see what we have to offer. But that's going to be, in all memberships, we'll give you the master classes, but you can also do the basic one and get a 7-day trial and be there this Saturday at 2 p.m. So that's going to be awesome. You'll hear me talk about it this week, and I'm amped to do a whole nutrition breakdown. I want to get everyone on the same page. We talk a lot about that, and of course, we do it in episodes on Daily Swole, but I'll have the presentation up and, we'll be doing a lot of questions. So those of you that still need to tighten up your nutrition, have a lot of questions, you're always asking me about food, that's where you want to be. So there's no reason not to be there. This Saturday, 2 p.m., you can learn more about it, swolenormousx.com. I have some links, and you'll see that in my Instagram stories, and you'll see me post more about that this week. But I believe it's already in the Facebook post description, but you can also go and check it out, swolenormousx.com. Nathan, usually between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. for me. Wife goes to work normally. She likes mornings. I like night. Yeah, but you're consistent and you get it done. That's the most important thing. Swolga on the Xbox, Daily Swole going on my phone. It's raging over here in Indiana. Fuck Jeremy. You're just getting gangbanged by the gains. He's right, though. You have to be obsessed. No excuses, Randy. Hell yeah. You have to. There's a lot of negativity about obsession. There's a lot of negativity. What is that? There's a great Conor McGregor quote. You've probably seen it floating around online. I forget exactly what it was about obsession. It's not a bad thing. People always like to knock people that are working their fucking ass off because they look inside themselves and they don't see that kind of burning desire for anything. They haven't found their passion or they're not following it and they're not happy. So they take out their frustration and they project it on other people. So if you have negativity in your life and people around you that aren't supporting you, that's going to wear down on you. And a lot of people quit because of that. But fuck everyone else. You have to be obsessed. I heard a lot of shit. I heard so much stuff. You're bringing your food everywhere. And, I was going to the gym and I was just obsessed with it. I get tons of support from my family, my friends, and everything, but I don't even remember any negativity. I don't remember any question. It was more kind of like, I was the first person in my family that really took fitness seriously. And I was fucking, so it was more like, why are you doing that? Or, oh my, it was just kind of more of a weird thing. But I didn't even hear the negativity because I didn't really have a lot, but I didn't, when people made fun of me for bringing food, I just did it. I didn't care. And eventually all those comments and things just stop. They just stop because you don't give a fuck. You don't let them bother you. And eventually people just get tired of talking about it. Plus they start seeing you grow and get amazing fucking results. And what are they going to say? They're just embarrassed. And then they start asking you questions. Hey, I want to do, how do I do this? People that will start being negative towards you will start asking you questions and then they want your fucking help. And you have to be obsessed. It has to be your number one priority. Anytime you want something to get better, anytime you want to get better at a hobby, what do you have to do? You have to practice. You have to put your fucking time and your effort into it. And if you're not doing that with your training and your fitness and your nutrition, the only difference is that with fitness, it's your life. So it crosses a lot of other boundaries. It's not like you're going and you're practicing basketball or you're painting and you leave your studio and then when you're doing the rest of your stuff, you're not painting anymore. When you're doing fitness, it's how you eat, it's how you sleep, it's who you hang out with, it's your scheduling. That's why people don't get results because there are a lot of factors that you have to change and you have to prioritize. And you're not going to be able to hang out with people that you normally hang out with. You're not going to be able to go out all the time and party and drink and eat those things. So you're going to change who you start hanging out with. You're going to lose friends. You will. But if that's what you're passionate about, then they're not really your friends. You don't connect. And the weird thing about friendship is that if people aren't really your friends, like they are, but fair weather friends, if they aren't really your friends or they're only your friends because you go out drinking, these are my drinking friends, they're not really your friends to begin with. Like you can have a friend for a certain period of your life, but then after a while, you guys don't mesh anymore. You got to hang out with new people. And if they come along and they change their life too, okay, fine. But you don't always hang out with people nonstop. When your goals change and your interests change, you find different people that fit you better. Just don't let anyone bring you down. You have to be obsessed, and you're going to have to you're going to lose friends. You're going to turn down a lot of things because the gym and your training and your food is most important. And if it's not the most important thing for you, then you will get meh results. You won't get all the results that you could. Doesn't mean you won't get any results, but you can't complain about, oh, I'm struggling. Oh, it's such a challenge. I don't know how to get rid of this last little bit of body fat. How do I get a little bit bigger? You fucking try harder and you work harder and you prioritize more. Most of you don't really prioritize enough. Being obsessed gets a bad reputation, I think, because of, all the, the movies. Remember the Jack Nicholson movie, As Good as It Gets? OCD, obsessive compulsive. It's like obsessive, selfish. Everyone gets offended by shit now. So I think obsession just sounds like a disease because they're trying to prescribe things to everyone. Every time you have something that's a little bit different or they can diagnose, they're trying to sell you some fucking medication. So obsession is like, oh my God, you have something wrong with you. You're obsessed. Yeah, I fucking want results. I want the end result. So I'm going to do whatever the fuck it takes. If you call that obsession, fine. I am obsessed. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. It works. Because people that are obsessed get fucking shit done. Anyone that changes the world, anyone that makes amazing fucking change, they're obsessed. They put a lot of effort into it. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb by a hobby. No, you don't try 10,000 fucking different inventions because just casually trying to create electricity. Just casually trying to create a light bulb. Henry Ford. I'd like to make a car. These guys were fucking driven and obsessed beyond belief. Steve Jobs, everyone. I'm not saying you have to make an amazing creation, but what do you think a strong body is? What do you think? You're an anomaly in this world. People aren't healthy. There isn't health food everywhere. There's more now than there ever has been before. It's easier to get in shape now than it ever has been before. There are gyms everywhere. There's health food everywhere. And people are still fucking lazy and making excuses. Okay. Like, I'll be here when they're done bullshitting themselves. People talk so much fucking crap. So much shit. Do I make any fermented foods? No, I don't make any. I do love sauerkraut. I love this one sauerkraut, Bubby's. It's made with artesian well water, whatever the fuck that is. But salt and, there's no preservatives and shit like that. I love sauerkraut. Fermented foods are good. I don't make any. I thought about it. I'm just like, I don't want to do more shit. Making bone broth, and it's enough. It's enough. Find your swole mate and be obsessed together. That's good. That's a good one. Crockpot is life. Just getting random comments here. Crockpot is life. True friends want to see you succeed. That's also true. I'm obsessed with these knowledge nukes. Dale, the way to my heart. Just made some sauerkraut. Yeah, it's very easy. Just put it in a jar, right? A little vinegar or just straight. Let it sit there. Yeah, that's easy. That's easy. I know it's easy. I just haven't gone and done that yet. Yeah. But, true friends, I have a small handful of friends. But they're all like entrepreneurial minded. They're very independent and everyone's fucking working their ass off. So the people that are closest to me in my life, I barely talk to. I really don't. We text once in a while. We're very close, but it's not constant conversation because everyone's working their ass off and focused. You don't want dependent people. You don't want people that are like, oh, they always like latch on. They always have to be around you all the time. No, those are fucking leeches that don't have their own desires and passion. They need to fucking follow you around like a puppy dog. And they need someone else to feel validated and shit. And everyone complains. And usually you hang out and you complain about whatever you do. You complain about your family, you complain about your work, complain about this. It's like, shut up and fucking go create something. Go do something valuable with your life. Yep. Well, that's all I got to say about that, Jenny. I really do think focused workouts are better. I like them. And again, total body workouts, they got their place for sure. I love them for deloading, limited time in the gym. Fine. You want to build more muscle? Most people do. Most people, any kind of muscle you want to build, you got to fucking focus your shit. I think it's better. You don't have to spend as much time in the gym. You don't have to focus mentally about so many things. You can just fucking go in, crush it, get out, and tie everything in together. Do your total body. Do your total body and your integrated movements with yoga. Like literally, I get it. If you're not doing any kind of mobility stuff, total body, work it all together, that's fine. That's all well and good. But if you're doing, and I'm not talking about, remember, I'm not talking about segmented workouts like just chest, just biceps, just shoulders. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about push, pull. I'm talking about upper, lower. I'm talking about chest, back. You know, you're doing major muscle groups together. You're getting a lot of total body aspects, right? If you're doing chest and back and you're doing deadlifts and stuff, you're getting total body. So there is some crossover, of course. You're doing bent over barbell rows, like you're using your lower body. But you know, when you're trying to, and then you'll do your yoga, and your yoga integrates everything. Your yoga is total body, and it'll tie it all back in together. So it's very important. If you're just doing total body and you're not doing your yoga, okay, it's probably a better approach because you're going to be really sore and stiff because you're overloading and you're causing so much micro trauma on all those different body parts when you're doing that kind of like segmented split. So a total body might be a better move if you're not doing that much mobility, but do your fucking mobility. Do your yoga. You don't need a gym for it. You do it at home. That's why raise your hand, Swolenormous X yoga, fucking A. You do your fucking Swolga, you do your yoga, bam. You get it done. You don't need to be anywhere. So you can fit it in everywhere. You can do your mobility. You just have to work this shit into your life. Remember, obsession. We got to promote obsession. We got to promote obsession with our bodies, obsession with our health. Is that not the best thing to be obsessed with? You don't want to be obsessed with crystal fucking meth. There are much worse obsessions out there. Of course, you call that's an addiction, not an obsession. Fuck you. You got to be obsessed. That's a positive thing. And especially when it comes to your health and your fitness. I'm not talking, well, yeah, but some people have eating disorders. And I'm not talking about that shit. Stop fucking trying to play devil's advocate and making stupid comments. Yes, you can play with words and try to find some negativity in something that I'm saying. I'm sure. You can get offended. Fine. I'm fine with offending people. What I'm dropping is the truth, and that's from personal experience with myself, with others. I'm just telling you the way it is. You want to get big. You want to build a lot of muscle. And I don't care if you want to build 5 pounds of muscle, as if that's fucking easy. People say, well, I don't want to build that much, so maybe I should do total body. It's hard to build muscle. You still have to fucking eat a lot of food. I mean, look, you want to look, a lot of you look at me like, hey, I want to look like you. Okay. I didn't do that by doing total body workouts. Sorry, didn't. And I'm not saying that you can't if you do. However, I did not. And I'm certainly not going to maintain where I'm at by doing that. Your body's going to change. I like focusing on my shit. I love leg day. I love chest and back. I like upper body. I like lower body. I like working a few muscle groups with minimal rest. I love lifting heavy, but I like focusing. I don't like being in the gym for 3 hours, 2 hours. And you have to be if you're doing total body. You have to be. Otherwise, you're really not doing enough. You're really not getting that many sets in. Because then you got to warm up. You got to do your squats and everything. I really want to make sure my legs are loose. And I'm doing legs. And then you're going to do fucking hamstrings. You're only going to do 2 exercises. Like, how you can't do that many because you're doing total body. And then you're going to do chest. And then you're going to do back. It's like, fuck. It's just, by the time I finish a couple things, I'm done. I'm just done. I don't want to do more and it'll be like fucking fired up for the arms or for shoulders. And I'm telling you, all right, it depends on what you want, what your goals are. It's a tool to be used, but just my 2 cents, and doing some total body lately. Yeah, I can't get into it. I can't get into it long term, but it's good for deloading. It's good for decreasing the volume, giving your body a little bit of a breather. Let's see. Nukes. Hell yeah. Thanks, Shane. Xbox buffering, just want to say 5 yoga classes in, I've noticed the transfer of poses and poses themselves are far more fluent and come more naturally. I'm definitely feeling yoga and never thought I'd be saying this. I know. You pop your cherry, you just got to keep consistent. And once you start seeing that progress, ooh, you just love it more and more. Jason Couture, this us stupid. What's stupid? I mean, I don't know what that comment means. That sounds stupid because you can't spell. This us stupid. Me Tarzan, you Jane. These us stupid. I don't know what you're referring to, Jason. I hope you're not saying this is stupid because that's certainly incorrect. And that makes you sound stupid. Stupid as a stupid does. Dania, obsession in this context is about putting yourself first so you can be the best version of you. Obsession is definitely redefined in this lifestyle. Not a bad word. I agree. I think people listen to that word. You hear the word obsession, it's automatically a negative connotation. You hear obsession, it's a negative. There aren't like positive obsessions. And on a side note, fuck this whole daylight saving shit. It's 6 o'clock and it's black. It's black outside. I mean, why? Ugh, 6 o'clock and it's dark. Ugh, back. I don't like it. Not at all. And it's really silly for people like me that are down by the equator. Like, there's no reason for me to change my clock. There's no reason. I'll get plenty of daylight right now. This should easily be 7 o'clock. Anyway, it's so silly that we still do daylight savings. Super fucking dumb. And let's see. Sorry, accidental. Accidental? You accidentally typed in "this is stupid"? Okay. I'll let it slide, I suppose. I've seen you here before, Jason, so I'm not really... I was kind of weirded out by that. I'm like, I've heard you've joined in plenty of times in a positive manner. So I'll let that one slide. You know what I'm saying? Once. Just this once. Colton, obsession leads to results. They could be good or bad. True. That's what I'm saying. In this context, of course, context is king. You have to have the context. And with this context, obviously, it's not bad at all. So that being said, fam, remember this weekend. You'll hear me talking about it a lot this week. Don't miss this. It's going to be fucking lit. This last week, the glute masterclass was lit. This one is going to be absolute fire. This Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Don't miss out on the fucking gains. Nutrition Fix Your Food Masterclass is going to be fire. You can learn more at swolenormousx.com. You'll see links, but swolenormousx.com, you find out all the deets. You could join the Swole fam, a 100% free trial, 7 days, and you can enjoy the masterclass and see how awesome the Swole fam is. We are on fire lately. Had a great meeting today. The state of the Swole was awesome. It was great talking to you, getting feedback. So I did that virtual trainer. I'll get that edited and put up on the site. And remember, this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to go over the nutrition live masterclass. It's going to be lit. So make sure you check that out. Last comment, Cody, people always complain about not having energy, but don't want to eat the proper foods and drink energy drinks instead. Of course, it's the whole Band-Aid, or I have a headache, let me take Tylenol. Why not sleep better and hydrate and stop eating foods that cause you migraines, and then you won't have any fucking problems. You won't have a headache. You won't have to take ibuprofen and Tylenol. Most headaches come from dehydration. So if you're dehydrated, fucking drink more water and let it go away. Stop destroying your fucking gut biome. Stop destroying your fucking intestines by taking ibuprofen. Even like 1 or 2 pills fucks your gut up. Don't do it. Don't do it. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 913 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, Slaycast, Taintcast, Mancast, Mondaycast, live masterclasses, Saturday cast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. I'll see you tomorrow for 914. Remember, swolenormousx.com. Plug in for the masterclass this Saturday. Don't miss that. And I'll see everyone tomorrow for episode 914 of the Sleaze. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce, Magoos. Papa Swolio. Out.